Football hustle is back again. And many of the energy, let's get the energy, viewers, presenters. No weak energy. We need the big energy. But well
Energy.
done anyway. Good stuff this
Why
weekend
is there so
there.
much energy? Why have you got so much energy? Liverpool didn't win this weekend.
Well, they didn't lose. They didn't concede
Is that
in
what?
this game.
Wow.
We're
How the
talking,
mighty
we're
have
talking,
fallen. How the
we're
mighty
talking,
have
well,
fallen.
they have anyway. Hopefully we can get to them when we can if we do. But anyway,
I'm ready.
let's start with the Carabao Cup final yesterday. Let's start with that there still. Because Man United finally ended their almost 6-year wait for a trophy. What did you think of that final?
Um, Listen, United fans were getting too cocky online and talking about, one down, three to go, one down, two to go. Like, let's not get it twisted now. They're talking about Ten Hag doing what Mikel done the same as Ten Hag. In half a season or in half a season, they won the FA Cup with
Which
Arsenal,
is a higher trophy.
which is a higher trophy. So United fans need to chill. They need to relax. Yeah, put your voice down. Stop your Twitter fingers. Come off the social sites and celebrate. Celebrate. You obviously winning the League Cup because funny thing, I don't remember the last time Arsenal won the League Cup. But listen, United were nothing great, should I say? But I would say they beat a Newcastle side that are gradually plummeting in performances and down the table as well. So it was expected. But I would say the recruitment from Ten Hag, pretty much almost all the players is bought. 80% has been good, and I feel like Casemiro is a big player, and I don't know how Real Madrid have let him go. And that's evident. You see Real Madrid in the league. I mean, I know that they dispatched Liverpool like junior boys, but you see
We'll come
Madrid.
back. I saw that. Yeah.
But you see Madrid in the league. It's like so
Yeah.
Casemiro. For the reason why they let him go, I don't know, but he's a good buy. And Martinez is a good player. Arsenal wanted him, very good player. So I feel, listen, there was a good performance. The League Cup, I knew they were going to win the game because Newcastle
Yeah.
can't score. They can't
Yeah.
score. And what they
Yeah.
used to pride themselves on was defending, and they can't defend
And they
now.
can't do that as
They're
well. Yeah.
conceding, and then the midfielders are not really creating. Imoran has gone from looking like flipping top Iron Robin now to flipping Jovino, even
There you
worse than
go.
Jovino. So listen, but well done to United. I can't give them too much accolades. But yeah,
Mm. I'll keep it quick. I'll try and do it anyway because obviously, as a Liverpool fan, it's not nice to see Man United winning anyway. But it is what it is. For me, as you said, even before the game started, we knew that Man United were favourites. And
yeah,
the thing about Newcastle, as I said in previous episodes, what they're known for is you've already highlighted tight defense. They
yeah,
can't.
but they're
They
not
can't
even
do
keeping it
that.
now. They're not even keeping it.
I
I
think
mean,
they haven't kept the clean sheet the last 5, possibly the
yeah,
last 4 or 5 games.
you
The thing
beat me
is,
to it because I was about to look into it. I was about to look
yeah,
into it right now.
they're struggling to score goals. For me, they haven't got a top striker. Wilson and Isaac, or whatever his name is, Isaac is still young. He's still
Yeah,
raw.
too
But
young. Yeah,
they need a top striker. As you
top, top,
said,
top.
more creative in midfield there. Can't just keep depending on Trippier at the back there. But for me, Newcastle, before the season started, they would have taken where they are, even though when you come so close, you don't know when the next time you reach the final, regardless of how much money you got behind you. This was a great chance to end their 68-year wait for a domestic trophy.
Whew.
Up the Geordies, not this
Wow,
time.
68 years.
My goodness. Yeah,
So you're telling me,
1955.
so you're telling me,
1955.
you're telling me that there's certain supporters who have, since they were born
I've not seen it.
to their old age,
Yeah.
have seen the
Because
team.
winning the championship, even though that's a trophy, that's not really. It doesn't count really in the what's it called in the archives properly.
That's a,
Maybe to them it does, but not here.
no,
But
no,
yeah, well done to Man United. Yeah,
it does count. It does count, but just on the lower levels. It counts.
yeah, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count of this drought because it's still a 68. See, why do you think they said the last domestic trophy or last trophy for them was 1955? 10
wait,
years.
I want to say, so when
10
you
years, is that 10 years after the World War II ended or something? If I know
wait,
my geography anyway.
so wait, so when you saying that even when they got relegated, they didn't win the championship?
No, they won it, but I'm just saying that doesn't count in this route.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
wow, okay.
yeah, that's it. But it is what it is. They've come far, but they still got a few more jigsaw and parts of the jigsaw puzzle to
They got
fix.
not a few. They got quite a lot. They got quite a lot
Well,
because it
don't
was only
get
a
there
matter.
still. They're punching above their weight anyway.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time. People like Joel,
Yeah,
Joel
yeah,
Linton
definitely.
playing above the
Because
skin.
his nosebleeds.
Imara playing
Yeah,
up the skin. Willock
yeah,
playing
yeah,
up the
yeah, yeah.
skin. Longstaff playing up the skin. The
Sam
only
Maximan is just a up is just an upgraded Adama Traore or whatever.
like exactly.
Yeah.
The only real genuine quality they had in there was Guimaraes. No, I'm not. Maximan's a decent player. I just feel like he got dropped out of the team, and now they're trying to reintroduce him. But what's happened now?
Probably because of injuries, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Because of the injuries. But yeah.
But anyway, as a Liverpool fan, this time last year, I was saying a bit what the Man United fans are gloating about. I said, this is the first of maybe three or four.
And we saw that unfolded.
Anyway,
we saw that unfolded.
Good job, Ten Hag has done so far. What's it called? He's given the Man United players, especially Rashford, these Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw and De Gea passing the clean sheet record of Peter Schmeichel. He's giving the Man United fans some good smiles now, because for the last almost 6 years they've been sour, hiding behind the sofa. You know who you are, hiding behind sofas there. That's what I got to say anyway.
But I would. I saw a Twitter when people saying, up Man United, fuck Ronaldo, and shocking behavior. Shocking.
It is. They forget what he done for them, but that's how football. Sometimes the mind is short, or the memories are short.
Very short.
Anyway, let's see if Man United are able to win more trophies, or if they can maybe win the Europa League, or maybe possibly the FA Cup. Even though
well, if we can help it.
City's still in the FA Cup anyway. They could maybe stop them. Arsenal in the Europa League. Hopefully, they let's see if they can stop them anyway. But they're definitely not going to win the Premiership anyway. Definitely Man United anyway. But moving on, Newcastle, I can't see them finishing fourth. I think they're going to finish maybe fifth or sixth.
I think I think this run
is gone.
Yeah, I think what they should have done during the January
window,
they should have spent
a bit more money, yeah, especially maybe in the strike force, because both of their strikers are injury prone. But anyway,
definitely injury prone. Yeah,
we'll move on, and then we talk about Clueless Harry Graham Potter. Every week it's like a broken record. Why? What we talk about broken records before with Man United in previous years or whatever.
But it was Man United season.
What's going on there with Chelsea? That's 2 wins. 2 wins in the last 15 in all competitions.
11.
There you are.
No, it's not 2 wins. 1 win in 11. Is it 1 win in 11?
Well, the stats are all out on different sides. And another stat that I was shocked at, out of the 15 games that the last 15 games that they played, 10 of them they've not scored in.
What?
Can you imagine? Yes, 10 of the last 15 they've not scored in. 600 million, is that what 600 million gets you nowadays? Toothless attack.
It's shocking. You look at the
other thing is, I was questioning Graham Potter. Does he want himself to get the sack? Because he was talking about mental health issues for him and his family that they're going through or whatever. Does he want himself to get sacked? Because why are you not playing a recognised striker? Because Carl Havertz is not the one. I know you were saying that he won in the Champions League, but memories are short. How can you not play a striker? And when he did bring on Aubameyang, the game was gone. So what's
he brought Aubameyang when they started to consider the second goal. And then you're trying to bring on a guy that you've abandoned from the Champions League, not played him in Premier League games, and you want him to save the day. For me, Graham Potter is clueless. And I used to remember but I used to remember like people saying, "Oh, English managers don't get enough chances in the Premier League, and why the foreign one you guys get opportunities and you blow it up. You had Lampard at Chelsea, you blew it. Now you Potter, now you're blowing it. Like Gerrard, Aston Villa. Aston Villa's not top 4 club, but Gerrard was given a lot of money, more than 100 million, and he was buying all sorts of player, concert this, that, Coutinho, Bedouin, that, and he blew it. So when you have a fantastic opportunity like Chelsea, you don't blow it. You steady the sheep. You know who's good enough for me. Loftus-Cheek is not good enough to be playing for Chelsea.
No.
Week in, week out. You should know that already. Why all this your English loyalty that you're trying to do is nonsense. You can't have people like flipping Loftus-Cheek starting for you. And every week is a different change. 1 minute Ziyech was about to go PSG. Now he's playing
That's
every
what I'm
week.
saying. Oh, you beat me to it.
Like,
how can you
come
expect
on, man.
Ziyech? No wonder Ziyech was even. We're talking about Ziyech as well. What do you think? Was that the right decision not to be the red card being rescinded, or do you think it was a red card?
No, it wasn't a red card.
I thought because it brushed the shoulder, it initially hit the shoulder.
It wasn't a red card because he got hit twice. He got hit twice before
and Royale knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and then you look at the team. 1 minute Koulibaly is off the pace in the Premier League. I'm sorry. Once I saw Koulibaly and Thiago Silva in defense, I knew Chelsea definitely were conceding. And why rest the French defender Bradshaw, who's giving you clean sheets in the Premier League?
Thank you. The partnership with Silva
who's giving clean sheets in the Premier League? Why take him off?
I don't understand.
And then you look at Mudryk, he's looking clueless.
88 million was it?
I'm glad Arsenal didn't buy him now. He's looking clueless. And then you bring in Fofana in a derby. Fofana hasn't played in a while. You bring the French centre-back, but you bring Fofana. Fofana's a good player. He's got good talent. But you bring him in a big game and he's been out for a while. So he's making so many mistakes. 1 minute Cucurella is playing, now Chilwell's in.
Is he the new Tinker King over what's it called, Pep? Because he's making so many, as you said, so many changes. As I said, I think he wants to lose his job, but they're keeping him in there. They still backed him once again, but we'll see how it goes. But as I said, a bit like Liverpool, Chelsea more so because they can't score. They're definitely not making the top four.
No.
If they got any sense,
they're making no Europe.
They're making no Europe. They should try and finish in Europe, Champions, Europa League or whatever conference. Forget it. Just wipe it out and then focus fully on trying to get self back to challenging or in the top four there or challenging for the Prem. Moving on to Spurs. Once again, as I've repeated myself, Conte, when you stay away, Spurs win. And this is their first win against Chelsea in their kind of archery bitter derby. For the first time they beat Chelsea at home in 5 years. But Conte at home, what's it called? Your number two is doing a good job there. Just be careful, Conte. You're maybe not needed. You said last week that Conte switched off or something you were saying.
Yeah, no. He switched off for this. Listen, Conte's only a matter of time. He's done for the season. The passion is done. Listen, we all know that Conte wasn't the right fit. Like even when Conte was at Chelsea and they won the league, I still didn't think it was the right fit. But obviously, that's a bit weird because if someone has won the Premier League title. But listen, Spurs are another funny team. They need loads of investments, and for me, Spurs are crap. Apart from Harry Kane, because Kulusevski has gone into. He's a shadow of himself. Son, Richarlison, I don't know where that Brazilian flair has gone, in the World Cup.
Look for the teammates. Maybe he can't do the chicken dance.
He can't do the samba.
There you go, still. What's it called with the manager and all that?
But well done to Spurs anyway. They might just nick top four.
I think they will because Fulham and Brighton, what's it called? They've done very well, but it's nosebleed situations.
It's a step too far.
Newcastle, as we said, they're sliding. And I think Liverpool, the inconsistency from Liverpool, I think Spurs are favourite for that fourth spot. I can't see them, even though Liverpool's got a couple games in the hand, but it's the Liverpool inconsistency. We'll see how it goes. But well done for Spurs ending that hoodoo against their bitter, even though Arsenal are their main bitter rivals, but the hatred for Chelsea between Spurs and Chelsea is long known there. They've had battles at White Hart Lane, Hotspur Stadium.
That was a big battle with Fabregas and Dembele.
Hazard and all that. So we know I think that was a season that Leicester won, and that ended Spurs' last chances of catching Leicester.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. But yeah.
it's a hell of a circus at Chelsea. And the ringmaster is Todd Brewster Bowley, and then the clown is what's it called, Graham Potter. But we'll leave that anyway. We'll move on. We'll keep watching that space because it's entertaining us anyway, us non-Chelsea fans.
I ain't gonna lie, it's very entertaining to see what it is very entertaining.
Is this what 600 million gets you nowadays? But moving on there still to the the leaders that grind out this is what champions kind of victory that you need to do. If you don't play that well, but grind it out. Even if the officials are against you, you have to find a clean goal.
Exactly.
And the officials can't do nothing. Because I remember that as Liverpool. They always, every time, no, it's off. How can it be off? The lines. But when you score clean, they can't deny it. No one. But yeah, go on.
They can't deny it. And I'll take the light there. I'll take you way back to the wrestling days of Hogan there. What you gotta do, brother? Because obviously there's nothing they could do when you score a clean, legit goal, like you just said. And then they asked about doing a Hogan there. What you saying, VAR? What are you saying there? And second half, we're coming charging, and shaking, that Hogan shaking. But listen, that was me doing my little Hogan impression. But now, the makers of champions, and obviously it's been a long time we won the Premier League. In fact, 19 years I was looking at. You don't play well all the time. You don't play well all the time. And I feel like right now, Arsenal are going through a phase where they're sort of grinding. And I ain't going to lie to you. City are still favourites, but Arsenal need to capitalise because I don't think they are going to get this sort of opportunity again for another at least 5 years.
Yeah,
but if I was to look at the performance, it was a mature performance. I think the buys, that's why maybe Arteta's the manager, because the buys have not been so exciting. But you get people like Trossard who played in the number 9, false 9 role, interchanging with Martinelli. That was good. The link-up play, that was good. Jorginho just keeps it ticking. I don't know why Chelsea got rid of him. Honestly, don't know why Chelsea. Because they got money. You spend 600 million, give him the contract that he wanted. It's not like he wanted the world. You could have. The guy is a seasoned pro.
I think
I don't get it.
They wanted to try and start moving players getting a bit older.
Exactly. And sometimes you could do that way too early. Remember, same thing as Chelsea. Remember the time when they made this guy, Andre Villas-Boas, manager, and he was trying to talk Lampard, Drogba, John Terry. Too early.
The old guards. And it all backfired and they turned on him.
But bringing it back to the Arsenal performance, listen, it was a standard performance. We weren't the best. I was glad that we won. It's not easy playing teams that sometimes make life difficult for you, man. They're not trying to. They didn't really do that much unless the CE were just there to be. They weren't really threatening that much. At the same time, they weren't really. They weren't really letting us in. So, I heard some people saying too much reliance on Saka, and then what happens? Boom, Martinelli. So
anyway, because it's been a bit out of form, but back to back goals now. Well done, still. There you go. Which is good because Nketiah shouldn't be someone that he should be able to rotate.
Yeah. I was guaranteed starter.
Yeah,
give him a little rest.
Yeah, and let him know who he is. Let him know you're still not there fully.
Yeah, it's not there yet, man.
Actually starting every game, Odegaard and stuff. But well done, Arsenal. As I said in the previous episodes, it doesn't matter how you do it. It's when that whistle goes at the end. Is it 3 points? Is it a point or is it a loss? The main thing is it was another 3 points.
3 points.
As long as Arsenal keep slowly on like that, the games get lesser and lesser.
13 games to go. Yeah.
Then yourself will now believe we are now favourites. Not yet, but maybe come near the 3rd week of April or something, and the league is still like that. Then you can maybe really believe. Don't say City are favourites anymore. But well done anyway. I mean, Leicester not unlucky. They also deserve the victory, maybe by a bit more goals there still, because there was a few VAR. I think the VAR got it right on on the Ben White foul on the goalkeeper. I think possibly Saka should have had a penalty there. They say tangled the legs,
exactly.
We've already said that you have to get them clean. We move on anyway.
Yeah.
Then we were talking about under pressure. David Moyes under pressure there, struggling there. But in this game, they finally woke up there still, and they came with hammering blows. And Forest, that looked like they were coming with some tight defense, were blown out the water.
Not in Forest.
Away from home,
Away from home, they're crap. Awful. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Away from home, they're awful. And Nottingham Forest are a team where, and I'm not trying to blow the fans away, but they're a team where I don't even know what's going on. I don't know how many players they got. I don't know if they
I
got.
think they've got about 50.
I
They
don't
don't
know.
even know. They don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
Like
have to
one
remember,
minute,
he bought 25 players or whatever it was, and they still had 25 players. So they got 55
Shocking.
players.
Shocking.
But anyway, well done. If Danny Ainge can stay fit, which is his Achilles, what's it called? Tendon,
What you want to talk England now?
No, I'm not even talking about England. I'm just talking about West Ham. Forget England. He's finished for England.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about if he can stay fit for what's it called, West Ham. If you can give him service, he's like a 6, 7 out of 10. What's it called? That can do a job for them.
Yeah, no, it could.
Yeah. And Benrahma, what's it called? Nice to see him get back in the team and come up with a brace of assists. Declan Rice, nice goal there still. Antonio off the bench, what's it called? Showing I'm still around. The talent strikers now, what's it called? He's got the talent job on himself. He's been dumped. But yeah, well done there still. That was a good win there and clean win as well. Not even by one goal. It's a blowout. Well done to them.
Man. Whitewash.
There you go. And then moving on to the formality win for Man City. All I can say in this game for myself, I'll say quickly because of time permitting, is that Hàaland has now broken a record there. He's breaking all sorts of records, but he's now broken Kun Aguero's record there. I think the most goals in the Premiership in a season there. He's got his 27th goal there. And what, in how many games is it? Is it in 20 games or whatever, or 21 games? He's definitely going to break he's on course to break he's on course to maybe score 40 goals there still or so. But yeah, formality win. Foden played well there, showed because he as we said about Potter, we know the original Tinker man is Pep anyway. Mahrez not in the team again. Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. There's all sorts going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've done the job anyway. Formality win. We knew what they called it was going to be.
I will say one thing though.
Always conceding. But yeah, go on.
There you go. You said it right for me. Always conceding. And I've been saying this for like the last 2 years on this show. That's going to be Achilles in the Champions League. That's going to be Achilles in the Champions League. You can't keep continuing like that.
Well, they found out what's it called in against RB Leipzig. What's it called? They went 1-0 up, doing whatever tata passing, but Hàaland was like a statue. Pass the ball, do something there. But anyway, that's what it is. As you said, it comes back to bite them, and let's see. It's a tie on their hands.
Yeah.
What's it called? People thought it would be a bit more, City are favourites, but RB are not. No, we'll see what happens in that second leg anyway. But moving on to, you got something else on this one?
No.
Moving on to Sean Dyche. I know you don't really like to talk about Everton there because I don't know if it was. I know the first time he came there, every second you were saying Burnley, even though you knew he was at Everton there. I remember that episode a few weeks ago. I think the Everton fans maybe were a bit sour, even Burnley fans, but Burnley are doing very well still. It's the opposite. Maybe Burnley will replace Everton because Vincent Kompany just running around.
He's doing I saw on the weekend. On the weekend, I tuned into the game, and I think it was like 3-0 already. I was like, what's going on here?
They're running away. They're doing a Man City of the Championship. They're still, like what Newcastle have done previously in that league or whatever and stuff, and Fulham have done in that league.
I know. I saw that. I was like, what? 3-0 already? Like, what's going on here?
Moving back to Everton, as I said before, Everton. It's like they've got 10 defensive players and one, attacking player, and you can't win games like that. And your objective is to try and do a smash and grab like what they did against Arsenal. That doesn't happen that often, as you found out. And another thing is what we have to ask questions for. Why is a creative player who's got pace and sometimes can score a few goals for them, Gray, can't get into that lineup? Why is he always looking for grafters? Why can't he get into that lineup? Are you telling me he can't get in there?
And that's the thing, but you see different managers, different style, and all of a sudden Gray should be starting in that team. You've gotten rid of Golden. Great. Look.
Three defensive midfielders. Who plays that?
No. I don't look. Wherever it is you want to play, it's just. I'm just gonna say this, and not to sound rude. I'm glad and I thank God I support Arsenal, because if you're gonna subject me as a fan to be supporting a team playing that sort of football, I got sleeping pills. From the pharmacy, I could easily go get those. Oh no, there's like that. No, and it sounds like everyone always bashing Sean Dyche or whatever his name is, but
there's no, and even Neil Malpai is not the one. He's not the one. I would even try.
He's never been the one.
Try Gray as a force number 9. He can get behind. He's got pace. Malpai hasn't got pace. Even Gray is a better finisher than Malpai.
Yeah, he's a better finisher. Yeah. And now even Iwobi's now out of form, playing on the wings. Next minute playing this, nah, man.
It's true. For me, Everton are in big trouble. I said the 2 Hampshire teams are definitely going down. What's it called? Bournemouth and Southampton. But I said it's a toss of a coin. I went for it with Leeds, but Everton should be careful themselves. But Aston Villa, good return to winning ways, because they were on the slide themselves. I think they lost 3 on a bounce or something.
Yeah, Watkins, 1 minute is looking like a world beater. Next minute he goes for his drafts. He's so inconsistent.
I think that's 4, or I think that's 5 and 5
or something. Yeah, it's crazy. He's in a crazy goal scoring form.
He should have had a penalty there, because Pickford. I don't know why referees don't pick up on that. I don't know, because he's England goalkeeper. There was one challenge. I don't want to bring up the Van Dijk kind of thing there still, but the way he comes. No, I'm talking about on Watkins.
Yeah,
he's fortunate that Watkins is fortunate that he was able to walk away from not get a serious injury, because the way Pickford came out with the stud showing, he could have easily done a big number on Watkins there still. And the referee and the
I agree with you. I agree with you on that one,
because that was poor and it should have been a penalty. But anyway, they got their penalty later on. But good evening is what Emre said to Dyche. Was it goodbye? But anyway, moving on there still. We'll round up the other games there still. A good win, a battle for relegation there, 6-pointer. Leeds scraped over Southampton there still.
That game was, both teams didn't need to lose that game. That was
there you go. And Southampton definitely didn't need to lose it, because they've been left a bit dry there at the bottom of the table. So that was one of those games we can just quickly fly through. Another game we can quickly fly through was the one at Sellers Park. It was a poor encounter. It shows you how Liverpool dipped there still. What's it called? Yeah, go on.
Do you know what makes it so crazy? Since the turn of this year, Crystal Palace haven't won a game.
They're draw specialists, as I keep saying every time. They 90% of the time they draw, which is at least they're hard to beat. But they just
not really. You look at the stats. They've drawn like 6, lost 5.
There you go. Even better, even worse. You were talking about a couple of episodes about the players and owners maybe wearing tight jeans or whatever, because it's so tight going on over there still. And Liverpool in that game, I mean, they were poor. They missed the Darwin Núñez urgency and what happened to him? The knock that he had inject the game before. The Real Madrid one, I forgot who it was. We were playing anyway, but we won. I think it's gone anyway.
We won.
He picked up a shoulder injury there, and then he needed injections for the the Real Madrid game there still. And so then the pain came. He got another knock on the same thing there on the shoulder, and then he wasn't risked anyway. But it's a dark day for Liverpool fans. It's been a dark season. It's a dark day when you see a midfield three of Naby Keita, Henderson, and Milner. All I can say, those names belong in the bottom 5 or 6 teams. That should not be for a top team like Liverpool. When you see that,
don't blow Milner though. Milner's been
I've blown them. Milner is a journeyman. Let him go back to Leeds or Newcastle. I think they'd rather go back to Newcastle anyway. But I don't want to say too much of Liverpool. Another thing is which I've been questioning Klopp for a little while now. The substitutions are rubbish nowadays. The guy bought off there's no point taking off Gakpo or Jota if you're going to be bringing on defenders or midfielders there. He bought off what's it called, Gakpo and then Jota, and he was bringing on the likes of who was it? Let me have a quick look there still because the eyes were gone. He was bringing on what's it called, the young midfielder Bashik, whatever. Then he brought on Firmino's not too bad, but he's goal shy and he's looking like he's on his end. Firmino, there were non-attacking, hardly any attacking threats.
There was attacking changes. What are you talking about? Firmino, Bastastic was the attacking changes.
He's a midfielder. He's not attacking midfielder. He's like a defensive midfielder. But anyway, let me keep it quick. Moving on quickly to what happened in the Champions League, because I can't let that go. 2-0 up against the mighty Real Madrid, and the next minute it was an avalanche of the highest order. Avalanche. Woo! And what I want to say quickly there, because obviously, as I said, time, I always say about time anyway. Both of us have played football. There's people that watch these episodes or our show that have played football at amateur level, Sunday league, you name it, whatever level.
Yep.
It's called game management by the players on the pitch and game management by
the manager as well. Yeah.
Because for me, once it's 3-2, obviously you try and keep it tight and see if you can make it 3-3. Or you take the 3-2 to Spain. Or when they score 4-2, you definitely say, we can't concede again. Give ourselves a chance in the second leg. Where was that leadership from Henderson, Van Dijk, and the manager?
That was awful. I think game management should have popped in at 2-2. You win it, score 2. And then worst case scenario, you lose it 3-2. That is it. We'll lose it 3-2.
Give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
For me, you don't. And the thing is, Arnold, as you talk about, Conte switching off and all that. Arnold has been switching off for defense for the last, I don't know how long, but this season he's been getting away with it previous seasons because the midfield has been protecting him. Now he's been exposed every game. That game against Real Madrid, he was the one that was closest to Milito. Next minute, Milito did a little bit of movement, and it's a free header. Arnold was like this. He's playing musical chairs, and the music's gone off, and he's still where he is. The chair, and Milito's got the chair, and that's what's happened there still. But for me, it's a bad day when Liverpool concede 5 at home in the Champions League at home, not even at the Bernabeu. For me, the tie is almost 95, 98% over.
You keep Klopp or does he go? I keep asking.
I think if he gets huge backing of between 250 million and he gets that in the summer and starts, because for me, minimum 2 midfielders that will walk straight into the team, if not 3. They need a centre back to partner Van Dijk, because Canute is becoming a younger Matic, injured every second, can't play more than 2 games. We need a right back, because for me, if we can get right back in and you can't get too many midfielders in, you can get the 2 midfielders in, and then you can push Arnold forward, and then have a good right back there. Try it. Try something different. Arnold doesn't want to defend. But anyway, just like Chelsea, I can't see Liverpool making the top 4, even though they've got a couple games in hand. But anyway, let's move on quickly. I think we had the game on Friday there where Fulham, I think their nose started bleeding. They had the chance. If they had won that game, they're 1 point behind 4th place.
I knew that game was going to be a draw. I knew the game was going to be a draw.
So yeah. So what's it called? I mean, good result for Wolves, because they're on a bit of pressure. The manager there still, the one that this highly acclaimed manager that there you go still. So there you are. So that rounds up our
rounds it up, man.
Our games there still. We got FA Cup there, but we'll see what happens in the FA Cup. But there's crucial games on Wednesday there still, where Arsenal will be looking for revenge. This is Arsenal's game in hand against Everton there. So this is a game where Arsenal need to A, win, and B, make sure they get revenge, because C, you can't let Sean Dyche that you've been cussing, don't let them do you twice, because if you don't beat them, they've done you twice. Literally. Not as simple as. And Liverpool were playing Wolves. It's like we played every time. I don't know. I've been looking at the fixtures. It's like we're playing Wolves, Brighton, and Brentford. And every second, and 90% of the time, we're always losing to them. I've had enough of these teams. But anyway, that's the rant over. Anyway, so yeah,
it was good, man. And it's nice to feel some pain, because you've been talking like so loud for the last few years. But that's what football's about. You enjoy the good times, and you go for the bad times.
as you said, that's what you have to. A real fan or supporter, he doesn't run away when there's bad times.
Oh no, not a chance. Why?
I've got a couple of friends that they used to. I think
Not
it's
naming names.
One in particular. I haven't. He says he watches it. I don't know if he does. Anyway, he said he used to support Arsenal. He always used to talk about Arsenal in the good days. Now he said since Arsenal went on a slide where they weren't winning the Premiership or challenging or whatever, or not in the Champions League, he says he's a Real Madrid fan. I don't even. When it comes to football, when I don't take him seriously anymore.
Wow.
On the Real Madrid, what's it called? Glory hunting bandwagon. Forget it still. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that episode there still. Man United champions finally won the cup in 6 years.
I'm not saying that out of my mouth, they're champions.
There
there.
you are, champions of the Carabao Cup. Or Carabao Cup champions. Arsenal, what's it called? There you go. There you are. Arsenal grind out 1-0 win. Hàaland, what's it called, breaks the Kun Aguero record there. Yeah. Palace drawing. Liverpool looking like they have no offensive quality there. They look lost. Stale management there. Conte away. Spurs keep winning there. Graham Potter looks lost completely, hoping that he can be given the P45. David Moyes, well done there still. Southampton look doomed like Bournemouth. We carry on there still. Newcastle look like they're lame duck now at the moment. The Magpies have been shot down. The wings are coming off. Can't fly anymore. But yeah, that's the
football Jeff Sterling style.
There you go. That's it. And then there was the Messi and Mbappe show. I thought the game was going to be a tight game because that was the top of the table clash there. Marseille versus PSG, and I thought it was going to be a bit. I thought maybe 2-1 there, possibly Marseille, because they've been in a bit of poor form there. PSG there still, but what a performance! The passing and the clean through and the finishing from both players, the understanding from the there was wonderful.
It's cool, of course. Neymar's beyond him.
Top players. That's it. That's what we can sign up with. What do you want to say?
Watch, subscribe. Not easy.
Watch, subscribe. I thought it was share.
It's share, but I'm gonna live there with another wrestling thing. Woo!
Ric Flair, baby.